Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Trading Made Easy right here on YouTube. I'm certainly glad you found yourself here. And today, you find yourself here in this video because you are looking for that right entry, that perfect entry, that entry that will make all the difference in your trading account. Well, I'm here to let you know that to some degree that does exist. The only thing that I would have to disagree with is there is no perfect entry. But today I am going to show you my number one entry technique. And the name of that technique is called the 50% engulfing entry. The 50% engulfing entry. Now, as you all know, entry is everything in Forex, everything in trading. I don't care what you're trading, stocks, indices, crypto, you have to have entry, not perfect, but in the range, in the zone, in the area in which price will react. And so today I'm going to show you how to bridge that gap. So let's go over to the charts. Let me share my screen with you really quick. And what's happening on the screen? Okay, because I have two open, and that happens when you have two of them open. And what did it do? Okay, it doesn't matter what the chart is. Okay, so let's go ahead over to the hour. It really doesn't matter the time frame either. Let me just lay some ground rules as well. First and foremost, for those of you that do not know, I'm a trend trader, so I trade with the trend. And that's because it gives me the highest probable winning position. So I always follow the trend, and I recommend that you do the same. So based on that, whatever the trend is, that's the position you should be looking for. Now, real quick, real simple, I'm going to just jump into it because I know your time is valuable. You want to get this information, start applying it, and becoming more consistently profitable in the market. So the first thing that you want to do is remember, 50% engulfing entry. So what are we talking about? We are talking about engulfing candles. Listen, guys, engulfing candles is truly the number one reversal candle pattern in the whole industry. It's very, very consistent. It's very, very strong, and it aligns so perfectly with market structure. And so when you put all of the different elements together with an engulfing candle, you are definitely on the winning side of the house, right? So what we're looking for is engulfing candles. That's what we're looking for, right? And we're looking for the engulfing candle relative to the trend. So if it's a bullish trend, you're only looking for bullish engulfing candles. Bearish trend, bearish engulfing candles. Also keep in mind, you will see both in both directions, and that's perfectly okay. We have to focus on what we're looking for. So don't allow yourself to get confused with all the other little things going on. Just focus on what matters at the time, okay? The other rule that you want to consider, I wouldn't say it's a rule, but it's definitely a plus, is you want to work with your major pairs, right? Your Euro USD, your dollar pairs, your USD Chef, your Euro USD, USD JPY, JPY USD, Aussie USD, your dollar pairs, right? Those are your major pairs. You have major and minor pairs. So those are your major pairs. And the reason being, and amongst those major pairs, let me just add, you want to focus on the pairs that where the spread is small relatively. I typically don't trade pairs that's more than 2.5 pips. 2.5 pips is great. I can accomplish my financial goal in addition to handling that pip amount. Now, of course, your Great British Pound pairs are typically more than that. Your Euros are typically more than that. And not to say that this would not apply to those pairs, but just scaling it in and leveraging, certain things about pairs and pips and the market to your advantage will always be a plus. So for those reasons, that's what I would suggest. And another thing is volatility and volume. You know, your major pairs have more volatility and volume. And that's a plus because what? The market is moving. The market is moving, and you want the market to move so that it can move right on into your profit, right? Now, I have to say, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not guaranteeing you anything. There are no guarantees. It's just probabilities, and your probabilities are increased based on your skill set, based on how you engage, how often you engage with the charts and understanding and analyzing. This is a game of repetition. Repetition, repetition, repetition. The more you see it, the more you engage, the more you'll see and the more you'll understand. So with that being said, let's jump to it. All right, all right. So what we're looking for is engulfing candles. That's it, right? Now, this is a nice little up move going on. I'm not saying that this is the trend. I'm just looking at candle patterns right now to demonstrate this for you. So let's just, this is going up. So let's look for some bullish engulfing candles, right? Now, when you, and what I'm going to do for demonstration purposes really quick, let's just outline that right there. So we got a bullish engulfing candle right there. And then what I do is I box in the smaller candle, the opening and the closing of the smaller candle. Now, if the opening and closing on your range, right, is tight, like what you're seeing here, is you don't have to do the 50. It's still a 50% engulfing entry, but the range is tight. So that's perfectly fine, because that's what we want to do, is kind of narrow it in. But in this case, it's already done, right? Based on the size of the candle. So with that being said, okay, so this is the engulfing candle. We're looking for what? We're looking for buys, right? So now your candle has closed here. You see it's an engulfing candle. Now what you want to do is you want to wait for price to come back in your zone. Point blank, period, right? Come back in your zone. And then you position yourself for the trade, right? So in this case, anywhere in the zone, so you can put a stop order in, you can, put a alert in, just be ready, basically, right? And when price comes back in the zone, then you look left for your previous structure to determine what your take profit will be. Now, I do teach 20 pips. 20 pips will set you free. 20 pips, the market will give you all day, every day. But if you don't have the right entry, you don't know, and you don't have the right technique, those 20 pips that the market gives out every single day, all day, will never reach your brokerage account, right? So the market is doing what it's going to do. We have to align ourselves so that we can benefit from it. I hope that makes sense. All right, so with that, this is a 20 pip strategy. It could be more, but let's focus on 20. Because if you can consistently get 20 pips out of the market every time that you trade, you will definitely be able to reach a level of financial security, independence, or whatever your financial goals are. You'll be able to do that. Am I guaranteeing it? No. You're going to have losses, but your wins will outweigh your losses, provided you following the rules, you have a sound trading plan, entry techniques, and all of that great stuff, right? And I certainly help in doing that, and I'll be happy to help you further as well. Obviously, on here, we want to be in and out, and I'm really trying to do a little shorter videos, right? I'm really trying to do shorter videos, and so that you can be in and out, get what you need. And if you want further instruction, if you want further coaching, by all means, I have a program where you can certainly take advantage of that as well. So moving on. So here it is. Now, price came back into the zone right here at this candle, and it pushed down. You may have gotten nervous at this point. Listen, price moves. It never goes straight down or straight up, right? You don't have to worry about any of that. You follow the trend, follow your plan, follow your entry, technique, and let it do what it's going to do. You cannot be razzled and frazzled over price going in the opposite direction. That's why you have stop loss, so that you can protect your account and you get to control how much you're willing to lose on this trade in order to gain what you are potentially going to gain. Okay, that's all you can do. And after that, trust the process, go live your life, right? Go live your life. I'm real big stickler on that. You should not be, you don't have to be chasing or watching, the charts like a hawk. And I get it, I did it too. But when you know better, you do better, right? And so I want to help you to know better. So you're in the trade and price obviously went up. So let's identify another. We have another one right here. So I'm gonna just use this line right there. So the first thing you do is identify your bullish engulfing candle, because we're only looking for buys at this point. And then you place your horizontal line on the opening and closing of the smaller candle. That's all you're doing. That range that you would have just created is the area in which you're going to put your position in. Now, again, this is pretty narrow too, so we can keep that there. And when price comes down into it, guess what? Right here, price came right into it and did what? Bounced right back up. I love this technique because it's very consistent and it's very accurate. Now, there are additional confirmations I always say that you want to employ in your entry confirmation checklist. You don't ever want to just rely on one or two confirmations, no matter how strong it is. You are a detective, right? You are gathering evidence, as much evidence to support the decision that you are, going for. Okay, so use your entry confirmation. So what I'm showing you right now is the technique itself. Okay, so let's focus on that. So we have that there. You see what happened. You have it right here. You see what happened. So it went up. Well, you wouldn't even you would have avoided all of this, right? You would have avoided this pullback and all of that if you would have gotten in from this point, right? But if you would have gotten in from this point, right, then you would have gotten caught on the pullback, but eventually it went up, okay? So it may not do it when you want to, which most of the time it doesn't, but it will go in that direction at some point. So the key is to make sure you don't over leverage your account, so that when you do get caught in a drawdown or what have you, your account can handle the swing. If you are in a trade, my friend, and the trade goes against you, it pulls back and you start having heart palpitations, your lot size is too large. Your lot size is too large. Trust me, if you follow the rules of proper risk management, you won't be worried about it. You won't. You won't. And I'll show you all of these great neat things so that you can live a stress-free life as a trader and profit consistently. That's the name of the game. All righty, so let's take a look at opposite direction, right? Let's go opposite. Let's go opposite. All righty, so now we're looking for sales, right? And this, again, anything that you're trading, look for the 50% engulfing entry. It's a beautiful thing. When you locate that bearish engulfing candle, in this case, you want to box in the opening closing of the previous candle. That's it. That's all you're doing. Now, what you want to do is wait for price to rally back inside of your zone. And I'm glad you're looking at this example, because sometimes it don't go all the way up there. Sometimes it can be a fraction of a hair off, a wick, just didn't touch it, and it rallies down in the direction that you were going in. That happens. That does happen, right? But again, it's about probabilities. That's going to happen to you, though, right? But it should not happen more than not, okay? So that's what took place here, and it rallied down. But here's the thing. Here is the thing, and this is where patience come into play, because we can't force the market. We can only trap it. right? We can't force the market, we can only trap it. And what I mean by that is we've identified this bearish engulfing candle. I would like for it to pretty much rally back up in there relatively soon, get my pips and go. But when it doesn't do that at that time or within that certain window, you can keep that position, whether it's an alert or a sell order, you can keep that there because at some point it's going into this zone. Let's see, did it do it so far? And see, look, I mean, we don't know when it will happen. We just know that it will at some point. Look at that. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Come on now. Now, the question is, would you have had the patience to wait for it? Right? So what happened? It wicked you in right here. And then it took you up. Oh, you nervous now. You nervous, right? But guess what happened? Dropped. Retest. Drop. Would you have had the patience to wait that out? And had you had the patience at this point here, let's go right to this point, 42 pips. To this point, 154 pips. Would you have had the patience to wait it out? See, that is one of the main issues most traders have is the patience. Their stomach is in knots because they want it now. They're nervous, first of all, because they want it to just take me into profit and get me out. It doesn't work like that, right? And your nerves is a direct reflection of your lack of confidence in your trade. That's really it. Because if you exercise proper risk management, right, meaning you're not over leveraging your account, you are following the rules of your trading plan, right? You're not going against the trend. You're not forcing the market, right? And you following your entry confirmations, why are you concerned? Let it do what it do. Let it do what it do, right? And I do understand that we have to get there, but get there. Get there, get there. Okay, so this is what I want to show you really, really quick. Everything that I did manually, I believe in simple and easy. Simple and easy. I don't like doing anything difficult if I don't have to, right? If I don't have to. So the system that I use, and we have a large community of traders who want to trade simple and easy. This is called the Simplicity Trading System. And everything that I just showed you is done on this chart with additional elements of ease and clarity and simplicity, right? Because one, with the system that I have, because I made this a hybrid, your arrows that you see here, almost always, not all the time, but almost always when your big arrow populate, there's an engulfing candle. There's an engulfing candle. And when price is inside of the zones there, it's telling you where price wants to go. If it's in the supply zone up here, it's telling you that price wants to sell off. If it's in the demand zone here, it's telling you that price wants to buy up. And so all you're doing is looking for your engulfing candle. And I do want to show you the 50%. Basically is this, because it varies. It just varies based on the candle. Okay. So right here, we're in a supply zone. We have a bearish big arrow. And guess what else we have? A bearish engulfing candle. So what are we going to do? We're going to box it, right? Open and closing of the previous candle. Now the 50% comes in here. This isn't the perfect example because I would have liked to have more room, but if you don't, it's okay. It's okay. But the 50%, the range that you would have identified, you're going to put your horizontal line 50% of that range. And that line becomes your entry. That is your entry. So if we go here, that's not 50% of that area. Bear with me. We're going to kind of guesstimate a little bit on it, right? And then I'm going to change that color to white. Make it yellow. All right, so now that yellow line right here coincides with a price. That becomes either the alert price You want to be alerted when price gets here, or your stop price, your pending order price. That is your entry. Now, that's still in conjunction with the other entry confirmations that you absolutely should have. So when you have everything, everything's lining up, enter your trade. And truly, it is the #1 entry technique that will get you pips consistently, provided you following the rest of the rules. Now, as far as the entry confirmations, that will be another training, and that is what a more in-depth training that I do for my coaching students. So if you're interested in really in this technique and really peeling that onion back, certainly by all means, I have the access inside of the group. I'm sorry, I'm thinking I'm in my group. But inside of the description of this video. Now, here's the other thing, guys. Listen, why trade hard if you can trade easy? So here's the deal. You got to have your system. You have to have your simplicity trading system, right? In order to work with me, you want to have that, right? You can work with me if you don't have it. It's just gonna, it's gonna cost you more. Will it be worth it? Absolutely. But here's the thing. Trading made easy is trading made easy for a reason, right? We want a stress-free life while our money is working for us, right? We stress enough going to the 9 to 5, dealing with all the politics and all of that kind of stuff. We don't need to stress here. This is the platform industry where, you know, your money is going to work. So why stress? Let the money do what it's going to do, right? So you have to have the system, and certainly pick the system up. I have my affiliate link that's inside the description here. When you access that link and purchase your system, that puts you inside of the Trading Made Easy family. It's a community within a community, right? We got the super easy Forex community. And then within that community, because you're going to have all the benefits of that community as well. But in addition, you will be in the Trading Made Easy community, where you have more of a hands-on, handheld type of experience, right? Lots of great things. I won't get into that, but so do that, right? If you haven't already done so, get your system, and we will rock and roll. So hopefully that has given you some value, has given you some clarity, moving forward with your trades. And we will certainly get together on the next video. I'm really working hard to try to keep my videos short and sweet and to the point. So I hope that I accomplished that today. So until the next time, I'll see you on the next training video. Have a great one. Bye-bye.